In the vast and powerful kingdom of Persia, during the reign of King Xerxes, life seemed grand and secure for many. Yet behind the palace walls and the royal court, a dark plot was brewing. Haman, a man of great influence in the king's court, had allowed pride, hatred, and selfish ambition to twist his heart. He despised the Jewish people, a minority living within the kingdom, and he devised a plan to annihilate every man, woman, and child of their nation. He cast lots to determine the date of destruction, confident that nothing could stop his evil design. But in the midst of this danger, God's unseen hand was at work. Esther, a young Jewish woman, had been raised by her cousin Mordecai after she lost her parents. She was known for her beauty, wisdom, and grace, yet she remained humble and faithful to her people and her God. By a series of remarkable events, she was chosen to become the Queen of Persia. At first, her heritage was a secret. She kept it hidden in the palace, perhaps thinking it made no difference in a world of opulence, wealth, and power. Little did she know that this very secret would become her greatest weapon, and her courage would be the key to saving her people. When Mordecai discovered Haman's wicked plot, he immediately turned to Esther for help. He sent word that she must act, for her position as queen was not an accident. Perhaps she had been placed in the palace for such a time as this. These words weighed heavily on Esther's heart. She understood the stakes. To approach the king without being summoned could mean certain death. Fear gripped her, yet she also knew that inaction could mean the death of an entire nation. The responsibility was overwhelming, yet her faith and love for her people gave her strength. Esther did not rush blindly into danger. She spent 3 days fasting, praying, and seeking guidance from God. She reflected on the courage and faith that had sustained her people for generations. In those quiet hours, she strengthened her heart, preparing to act with wisdom, patience, and boldness. Then, with a trembling but determined spirit, she approached the king. Esther's courage was remarkable because it was paired with wisdom. She did not immediately confront Haman's evil plan. Instead, she invited the king and Haman to a banquet, creating an atmosphere where truth could be revealed thoughtfully and effectively. She spoke with grace, measured her words carefully, and waited for the right moment. When the time came, she boldly revealed Haman's plot against her people, pleading for their lives. The king, enraged by the revelation, turned against Haman and delivered justice. The Jewish people were spared, and the decree of destruction was overturned. The story of Esther is not just about danger and deliverance. It is a story about faith, courage, and divine timing. It shows that one person, when willing to trust God and act with wisdom, can change the destiny of many. Esther's bravery reminds us that courage is not the absence of fear, but the choice to stand firm in the face of danger. Her story teaches us that God often places us in situations where our decisions, our faith, and our actions matter more than we can imagine. Esther's legacy continues to inspire millions. Her story encourages us to act boldly for what is right, to speak up when others are threatened, and to trust in God's guidance when the world seems uncertain. She teaches that even in the most perilous situations, faith, patience, and courage can transform tragedy into triumph. One young woman's decision to act, grounded in love and faith, changed the course of history and saved an entire nation. Her life stands as a timeless reminder that God's plans are greater than any human threat, and that courage, when guided by wisdom and faith, can overcome even the greatest of challenges.